Demon here. Okay, Kong on the Planet of the Apes from Boom Studios, written by Ryan Ferrier. Now, I'm a huge fan of King Kong, huge fan of Planet of the Apes, so why not cross them over? My thoughts exactly. So it starts off in the Forbidden Zone. This is sometime after the movie, short, brief time after the movie. We have Dr. Zaius and Ursus and the rest of his ape crew here going to where the first movie ended. It says, "Pick up the pace, Ursus. The midday sun will soon batter you and your soldiers, who have a lot of ground to cover. What looms yet over the wasteland is the greatest threat to our mission. The greatest symbol of man's cruelty and arrogance. Halt. Taylor may have opened a box, but we will seal it shut." Taylor being Charlton Heston's character. "For the good of ape kind." And there it is, the Statue of Liberty, surrounded by rubble and ash. That's where Charlton Heston dropped to his knees and was like, "You bastards, you destroyed it all." "Blow it up. Leave no stone exposed. With pleasure." Dr. Zaius, quickly! We found it! Just beyond the statue. What is it, boy? Found what? Speak up." "I don't know. It's huge." "See? I told you." "My God. Stand down, everyone." So they found something, and then it just cuts quickly to Cornelius, Zira, and Milo, the young ape, and they've basically been, isolated, put under house arrest from the rest of ape society because of their close relationship with Charlton Heston's character Taylor, the human, from the first movie. And they're just grumbling about that, saying, "Oh, we're so smart, we got such great minds, they're wasting us. Humans aren't so bad, but we're not traitors to apes. What the hell?" Dr. Zaius comes in and tells them, "Hey, look, we found something pretty important. You got to come with us. We need your brains. Maybe you can earn your trust back into ape society." Got a messed up Kong here, some type. They find out it's female. They're pretty excited to start digging into it, quite literally. Look at these hooks they got, and then the cables attached to them. So they're just researching it, trying to understand more of it, like cutting it apart so they can carry it back in pieces to study it. Walking through the rib cage. Oh man, that's yeah, I wouldn't want to sleep there. But obviously this is fascinating to them. They don't know what it is. So because they don't know what it is, they're going to investigate further, and Dr. Zaius has an old newspaper that has more information, and some information about the island where this thing came from. And right here you can see there's a dead Kong, the people around it's like the end of the King Kong movie when he fell from the Empire State Building. So they start an expedition. There's a pretty cool looking boat, looks like a Viking ship, but with some sort of ape looking skull. And so they're on their way. They head over to a remote island off the coast of Kenya where they meet some other apes. The apes live near Skull Island, and they're pretty interested in what Dr. Zaius can tell them. And they haven't seen the giant, as they call it, but they can hear it, and they've heard tales of it. They get attacked by all kinds of creatures off the coast of Skull Island. It's a pretty cool scene, well drawn. You got pterodactyls, the prehistoric animals that are on Skull Island. And then it looks like they're about to lose this battle, and then suddenly this scares them away. They hear the roar of King Kong, and they don't know, they haven't seen him yet, but they heard him, and they've arrived at Skull Island. And that's the end of the comic, and the second one will presumably take place on Skull Island. So I just hope it's a damn cool, fast-paced adventure. similar to the first movie when the humans found Skull Island, and I'm curious how the apes tackle it. And of course, Ursus has his own agenda. He just wants to protect apes. He doesn't believe the big ape is related to them in any way or a god. And if it is a god or a big ape, he'd probably want to suppress it. He wants apes to see themselves as the masters of their own universe. Dr. Zaius, I'm curious where his character will go. His motivations are usually in line with Ursus, but he is a man of science, and he likes to acquire knowledge. And obviously the scientists, they probably want to share everything with the apes, the truth. So there's some pretty hefty conflict that could erupt between the different characters. So I look forward to sharing the second issue with you when I read through it, and Demon out.